Welcome back to Twisted Plotlines.
Please note that Twisted Plotlines is intended for mature audiences. We often discuss topics that may be inappropriate for listeners under 18. Please consider your mental health before listening.
Last week, we talked about AI. We had guests.
We had some fun
Yeah,
guests.
we had lots of fun guests. I loved our guests.
And we had a very fun conversation about how chocolate milk and spaghetti do go together.
No, they don't.
You know, they make chocolate milk wine.
I
I
know.
don't like alcohol.
Yeah, well, that's what I got for you, for our wine drinkers at home. Alrighty, so summer reading check, and we are going to start with Jordan. Jordan, what you reading? What you sipping? What you been up to?
Well, I'm sipping water because I got to stay hydrated because I've been very thirsty lately. And
Yes, you have.
what I am reading is I just started From the Ashes of Gods. Can we just talk about that bedazzle?
So she did such a good job on that.
I know
Okay.
she did, and she sprayed she did her edges. So this is
Yeah.
from Katarina Spears, and I had my first book event, and she was actually one of the authors there. So she's like in the local area, and I saw this, and then I also saw the character art, and I'm like, give me. And she got me. Kind of the hook was basically, what if the Titans did, or what if the Greek gods didn't beat the Titans? And reading the whole back here is really cool. So I just started on this, and so far it's good. This is like the physical thing that I'm reading, but audio, I'm actually starting Lights Out. And
Finally.
I know, I fell asleep listening to it, and then I woke up to what's his name talking about like, he'd be like, and then I reached in and grabbed my dick, and I'm like, okay, I'm awake.
Josh.
Apparently that's what woke me up.
Good morning.
And then I wondered, I couldn't, I don't know, dick. I don't know if I can do dick. Cock's just, you know? It sounds better, but maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Did you rewind to where you fell asleep to?
Yes, I did. Because
Okay.
otherwise I don't like, it was starting about her talking in the hospital, then I wake up to him grabbing his dick. So there's probably a lot that happened in between
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
was.
So physical book and then audio book is Lights Out.
So you woke up and fell asleep to cock. Got it.
It's a beautiful dream. Anyways.
Your turn, Ed.
Also, I'm reading an author that I got at Roar in Columbus, Georgia. She is Dante St. John. She's actually local to me, and I did not know that. And when I say local to me, I mean like super local, like we're gonna go have coffee in the coming weeks, kind of local.
Yay, new book friend.
I know. I can't wait. I hope we get to have her on one day. She's so much fun. But this is called Broken Demon. It is the first book in the trilogy. Let me find the trilogy. It's in here. There it goes. After the Breaking series. So it's Broken Demon, then Broken Angel, and The Christmas Job. My first book from her was actually The Christmas Job. So as I'm reading that book over the weekend, I was texting her. I was like, I need a character. I need a story for these characters. I need a story for this polycule or whatever this is, because there was one character talking about his wife's husband, and I was like, what? I had to read that line like 4 times. But anyway, yeah, no, I had questions too. But I'm almost done with it. I should finish it in the next day or two. And it is so good. It is so cute. But yeah, that's what I'm reading. It is a dark urban fantasy, post-apocalyptic kind of thing. It's the breaking is where reality breaks. So it's a convergence of not just multiple timelines, but multiple worlds. So think Avengers Infinity Stone type thing, but like the world of the Fae, the world of the elves, the world of the demons, and all of that is converged into one. We're just going to call it Earth, on one Earth. So there's Ireland is no longer in existence in this book. It sank into the ocean. Atlanta, Georgia is now a coastal city because of the
That's cool.
floodwaters that came up and took out half the state.
I mean, that part's not cool, but like
But
that,
it is such a
I
good
like
book
that
so far.
idea.
I would
Yeah.
highly recommend it. Yeah.
What about
What
you,
are
Shay?
you reading, Shay?
I'm a terrible person and I'm not reading anything, but I'm listening to things.
Okay, what are you listening to? It
I am too
counts.
busy to read. I am listening right now. I'm on Kingdom of Ash for my reread of SJM before the releases because of course, and also I forgot how like just devastating like 90% of this book is.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I'm listening to that and we're just getting to like the last push. Manon just showed up.
Yeah, okay.
And then yeah, I've been too busy to read because I've been writing my own stuff. So
Well,
yeah, I'm
that's
not
fine, except for the fucking cliffhanger that you ended it
You're
on.
gonna love my cliffhanger, but yeah, I'm the boring one.
Where'd the thingy go? I'm gonna throw it at the screen. I lost it. I lost my little wire
Oh,
clip
are you gonna
thingy.
throw it so you can throw it at me because I'm gonna leave you on a cliffhanger?
Yes.
I gave her my last line. Jordan, did you see the last line?
I did not, and you know what? I'm just gonna refuse to do it until I am forced to because I'm alpha reading for you
Make
because
me
I'm
your
already.
monster trope.
Yes.
I love that trope.
Make me
Anyway,
your villain. Yeah.
so that's what I've been doing. Yep, I will be your villain. Make me your villain. I will be your villain.
And you know what? She likes your monster flavored.
Yeah, especially when it's marshmallow. So today we are going to dive into summer. First, we're going to talk about why summer's not just a season; it is a genre. So, summer reads, book adaptations. We're going to get into publishing trends and then how stories become the books that everybody's talking about. So, our first little one is going to be focusing all about summer. Summer as a brand. Why do you guys, because I'm the marketing girly, so I feel like I have a different take on it. Why do you guys think that summer is its own little brand marketing? I know that Jordan's got, because of her profession, a little fun.
Yeah,
Go ahead
so
then.
I feel that because I'm an educator, we have summers off, and that is when we can get most of our reading done. And there's a lot of people in education who are avid readers on all different spectrums. Okay. So from anything from nonfiction, fiction, from monster stuff to,
That falls under fiction, bitch.
I know, but
Way
I
to
just feel like that's its
single my
own thing.
ass
I'm
out.
sorry. It's its own thing. I can't, I haven't done it. I digress. But I feel like that is a really good point, a really good strategy for teachers, basically. Yep. What?
You caught yourself. You reeled yourself in.
Oh, I did. I'm a good
Yeah.
girl. I'm a good girl today.
What a good girl.
But I feel like for the teacher aspect.
So for me, I don't know. I feel like I do notice that sales wise, it is way busier and you make way more sales right up until like the end of May and then everybody's just gone. And I think why do I think it's a trend? I don't know why I think it's its own genre. Truthfully, it's just it's summer. Summer has always just been summer. It's like Christmas. Christmas gets its own genre too. And we can talk about that closer to Christmas time, but like it's everybody's out and everybody's doing things and having fun and chilling at the beach, chilling at the pool. And like maybe you're laying out and tanning. Maybe you don't have kids that you have to keep a constant eye on, make sure they're not trying to kill each other or themselves in the water. And you can sit there and you can read a book.
Going on
I mean,
vacation.
what else are you going to do
People go
other
on
than get?
vacation in the summer times.
Yeah.
And so then that's usually when they're grabbing their stuff, their relaxing time.
Yeah.
All right,
All
marketing
right.
guru.
You want to give us the real answer, Shay?
Actually, you guys were pretty on. So I'm gonna ask a fun question. So if you think back to watching a movie from that was made in the 80s, what's one of the first movies you guys think of?
The Goonies.
The Goonies. Oh, I love
You
that.
guys.
Do you think of Jordan?
Ooh, from the 80s, I'm
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
no, that's not one that kind of my
Dirty
mind keeps
Dancing.
going to cartoons. No, ooh, Grease. Wait, is that 80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think of Grease. I
What
think of
do all of
Grease.
those have in common?
It's summer.
It's
It's
summer.
summertime.
Now, if you think of the 90s,
Except Ferris Bueller's.
yeah, that doesn't count. But like the big blockbusters, basically Hollywood books, etc. It took summer as this novelty, right? So your
Yeah.
Atomic Family had summers off, usually.
Mhm.
Your atomic family would go and travel and go and do things and go to Disney and go and buy things, and it became a novelty. So summer is a novelty, and they're selling a novelty.
Oh,
And so
okay. I didn't
summer
think of that.
as a brand has been around longer than anyone's thought about. Think about like Disney. When's it busiest?
Yeah,
When's summer?
definitely.
Summertime. RVs, etc. Like summer itself is a novelty that multi-million-dollar companies have built themselves around.
Brilliant.
So you don't ever think about that until you
It's
think about it.
manipulative as fuck, but it's brilliant.
It's brilliant, and you never think about. And so that's why I was like, this episode's so fun because it's like things you don't think about. And so in the publishing world, and with other things that we'll get into talking about that'll relate back to my movie question, we get, especially now, a boom in like summer themed books. People we meet on vacation. You know, The Summer I Turned Pretty Before It Was an Adaptation, vacation books, poolside thrillers,
Pretty
etc.
much anything Nicholas
Those,
Sparks.
especially with romance, like those moments in time that you escape for the summer and then you have to go back to reality.
And you
Yeah.
fall in love.
Gosh, summer love. Summer
Summer
Okay,
loving
so
romance.
had me
I want to
hooked
have an
on-
ADHD moment. Who was your first summer love? Who was your summer crush growing up?
Summer crush. Like, are we talking in like movies or just?
No, like in real life. If you don't want to out yourself, it's fine.
I will totally.
I will fully out myself and admit to having a crush on my great aunt's neighbor. He was a little boy. He was a boy about my age at the time. And I just thought he was the cutest Southern thing ever. I won't name drop, but yeah, that was my first summertime crush.
Well, okay, because we're talking summertime. Again, the basis of my book. Every year I would go home in the summer and I'd stay at my dad's because that was the custody arrangement. And over at my grandpa's house, I grew up with both of, these boys who I've known my whole life. Well, my best friend's older brother, I had a big crush on him from the ages of, I want to say 9 to maybe like 16-ish. Biggest crush, and every time I'd see him in the summer, and it was there. So that's where the foundation of Wes and Tate come from. And yeah, and it was always in the summertime. Like that was my first growing up, like little crush obsession, whatever thing. And if you see this, which you won't, hey, how's it going?
I'm lame because I didn't have a summer crush.
Okay,
Ever?
well, since you didn't, I can talk about. I have you beat for the longest crush. Okay, I have you beat for the longest crush. I was head over heels obsessed for this guy from the third grade until like freshman year of high school. We were in the same classes together. We were in the same school together. I was
That's 6
obsessed.
years if you're counting.
I was obsessed. I had this guy's phone number memorized because I was friends with somebody he was friends with.
Oh my gosh.
She gave me his number. I had his phone number memorized. Full stop.
Is that where your
Okay.
soccer trope love came from?
Maybe. Okay, but you know what I used to do? I used to take, because he loved peanut butter jelly sandwiches and Capri Suns, I used to make him peanut butter jelly sandwiches and Capri Sun, and I'd put it on the front porch step, and I would text him that it was there, and then I'd leave, and he'd be all happy about it.
And gourmet chocolate milk.
Moving on, what's your next question, Shay?
You're never living down the chocolate milk. I'm never living down marshmallow cone.
My gosh, I know our shirts. Got milk, got marshmallow.
Those will be in Jordan's fourth wall next week. Made especially by your marketing guru over here. Anyway, we're not done talking about summer yet. Wild. Oh, hey, speaking of marshmallows, did that. S'mores. Novelty. Summer.
Yeah.
Anyway, continuing back to the actual topic at hand. Sorry, I got distracted. Would you, as authors, ever consider writing, Jordan doesn't count because she already did it, a summer romance?
I don't know if I would. I just kind of write whatever comes to me. So I don't plan on like I don't plan when I'm gonna release it. And I don't plan what the season is going to be. What?
I need you to please write a summer romance office retreat on some freaking island because, oh my God, as a novella, please? Can you write that?
Oh my God, that would be
It would be
brilliant.
so good. It would be so good. Expect after book 3, you do that novella.
Okay.
All right, jot that down.
Well,
Write that.
then
Yeah,
I
I'll just
guess
put it in
my sapphic is gonna be I guess book 4 is gonna be a full-length novel now.
Yeah, like you can still make it sapphic, but can we have? Oh my God,
Yeah.
please give me lesbians on a nude beach.
Well, see, I was going to give you lesbians at a kink club.
A nude beach. I'll take a nude beach over that.
How can I do company retreat on a nude beach? Maybe it could be a booking error.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hope accidentally with some like pregnancy brain or bullshit books the wrong thing.
I got it. Where's my
Okay.
fucking notes?
Okay.
Oh my God,
All right.
this is
Okay.
great.
So yes, now M is going to write that is the answer to that question.
Probably right.
And these are how the books get made.
Yeah,
Also,
exactly.
my book Loki is a summer romance as well, so like
Mhm.
my bad. Lesbians on a nude beach. Can you please put that in out of context quotes?
Yes. Yes.
Thanks. That's so funny. She's okay. While M is typing.
I'd apologize, but I'll forget otherwise.
No, it's fine. What instantly, if you're like looking at a book, okay, you're in a bookstore. Okay, we're going on a trip together. Is everybody ready? Immersive
And our
experience.
favorite rocket ship.
That too. We are in a bookstore. You're looking at the romance section. What, as a book, makes you scream summer, just like eyeballs?
As soon as I see, especially if it's romance, as soon as I see any covers that have like those pastels,
Mm-hmm.
that makes me think summer romance
Pink,
instantly.
blue, or like orangey red, like a reddish orange. Yes. With like umbrellas
Palm
and
trees.
Drinks.
yeah, drinks. Yeah.
Pineapples.
Are they upside down?
Always. Actually, there's not a single one on this shirt. Whoever made the shirt thought really hard. Makes me sad. I know. Okay. So, summer. If you've never thought about it, summer. So that's going to move on to other things. We're going to start talking about other fun topics if everybody is ready, unless you have more summer things you would like to talk about.
I don't think so.
I don't want this one to be over because I have to go back to work. But other than that,
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, segment 2 is really, really big. So, buckle up, babies. We are going to talk about TV adaptations and film adaptations, but as a timeline and the evolution of that and how it's affected publishing.
okay.
As a
Mhm.
timeline. Okay.
So like how it
I
started
know.
versus where it's at now. Where it's at. Really?
Correct. So, before streaming, think 90s, early 2000s, you got Chronicles of Narnia. You've got Twilight. You've got Hunger Games, Divergent, all of the Nicholas Sparks ever. Since we
Yes.
want to relate back to summer, thank you, Nicholas Sparks, king of the romance. Lord of the
Yes.
Rings, Hobbit, those type of things. So before streaming, we get blockbusters pushed into movie theaters. So before, this was pre-social media, how do you think that, and like us as readers, because we're all around the same age, so I know we were reading those books and watching those films all at the same time.
So for me, at least, I actually got into Twilight, for example, late. So like I think it first dropped. I remember seeing a boy in my 8th grade homeroom. And I was just like, is he really reading that? Isn't that like vampires and like smoochy whatnot? Look, I was in 8th grade, okay? But I remember seeing him sitting there at his desk reading that book every day. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't think I got into it until high school. And then I was up at the midnight releases because I devoured
Mhm.
those books.
Oh, yeah, waiting in those
So
lines,
I
like,
read the books before I saw the movies.
actually did not. So I heard about them coming out, and when Twilight was originally in theater, my grandma had me and my cousin, like, we wanted to go see a movie. "Oh, this looks like a kid movie," like, preteen, whatever, so we went to see it, and I was in love. I was in love.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
it's fine. It was like I wanna say I was in, like, ninth
Team
grade, so
Edward
it
or
was like
Team Jacob?
I was about to ask the same
okay,
question.
so it started at Team Jacob, but then I read Midnight Sun, and I got Edward's point of view, and then I switched to Team Edward, and yeah, that's where it ended up from there. Look, and I as an adult, it's kinda cringy to watch it, but if it's on, I will still watch it because it's like a weird guilty pleasure,
It's a
but
comfort thing.
anyways, I saw the movie first. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm in love with whatever this un unresolved trauma in my childhood is," okay? So, I basically then I'm like, "Okay, gotta read the books." Devoured the books, and then I was in line with my friends, midnight premiere. I remember being at the mall because that's where we always went was the mall when we walked around and did nothing with no money. But I remember, like, being in the mall and just waiting for all that and everyone's screaming and this and that. Oh, and I freaked out just like everybody else did, when the action sequence in spoiler, Breaking Dawn was it
If
part
you
2?
have not read or seen these movies by now,
You deserve
you're
to be
shit out
spoiled.
of luck.
Exactly. But, when everyone gasped when it was Carlisle's head, and I'm like, "This isn't in
Yes.
the books, this isn't in the books, this isn't in the book." I'm like, "This isn't in the books," I don't know, maybe 14, I don't whatever the timeline is. And yeah, it was an absolutely loved it. But then there were DVDs because after the movie came out, like we waited for the DVD and then we got the special edition. I can tell you right now in a box, I have a special edition DVD of New Moon. When I open it up, it's like a little film clip and it's like kind of see through and you can see like a little film strip of like one of the scenes. I thought it was so cool, those little bonus features. And then the director cuts, like waiting in like or the extended editions, like, after that, and
Yes.
that's not just Twilight, okay? That is all, like, those movies, like,
That's
you're
one of my
waiting for those
favorite
scenes.
things about DVDs that I
And
miss.
bloopers!
Yes. Bloopers, bonus scenes, extended editions, the director's commentary or like commentary from the cast.
Oh my gosh,
Those are some
yes.
of my favorite things about DVDs that you just don't get with streaming.
You get it on
Yeah.
social media now. You have to go hunt it down.
I
For me, it
know.
wasn't even okay, it was not Twilight. Okay, I'm a nerd. Lord of the Rings, Hobbit. That was where my
I still
I
watch
watched
those too.
Chronicles
and
of
Harry
Narnia
Potter.
was big for me too.
Harry
Harry
Potter.
fucking Potter.
Harry
I
freaking
still
Potter.
binge Harry Potter every year at Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and you cannot convince me otherwise that
Those are
those
Burr
movies
movies.
are those
Mhm.
holidays.
And so like that's the thing, right? So I
Do you
know a
remember the
lot of
ABC Family marathons that they used to do for those?
Yes! You know what?
Yes.
They still do that in all speaking of that, Halloween Town, it's not a book, but that's a staple.
Fucking love Halloween Town.
Yes.
Anyway, that's months down the road. Sorry.
You're so funny. No, it's fine. It still fits the theme. You guys are good. You're still talking about the novelty of seasons, which is, but for like us as like fantasy specifically and like really broke through what writing was. So like Stephanie Meyer's, JK, I don't remember the author, Divergent off the top of my head, etc. It was just really the push Hunger Games
Mhm.
into what fantasy has evolved into, like as a multi-million
Lord of the
dollar
Rings.
franchise and publishing possibilities, right? And so from the blockbusters, I don't know, and this is where I'm probably going to lose a bunch of people. So between the time of those and where we're at now, celebrity book clubs and publishing companies like Reese Witherspoon's, which is I think Hello Sunday, is that what I have written down?
Sunshine.
Yes, Hello Sunshine. Are you guys familiar with what she does specifically?
I think you mentioned it once, but I haven't dived
Do you
into
know
it.
what she does?
I don't know.
She publishes the books. Her publishing company publishes the books, but when they do that, they buy the rights to turn it into a movie or a show. And those are her rights. And this is
Do the authors lose their rights to their manuscript?
but no, they don't lose the rights to the manuscript. They still own their manuscript, but they do
Okay.
not have they have to only sell their movie rights to that company. And then so she then can produce it. And honestly, it's beneficial for everybody.
Okay, so
Love
hold on.
that.
If she got the movie rights, does the author get a say in anything? Does she work with the author?
Hold on. Let me go on a deep dive because
'Cause
I
I
only did a really quick thing. I didn't think you'd ask so many questions, okay?
Okay, because as an author, especially an indie author, if she were to read my book and want to do something like that with it, Reese Witherspoon, I would love that opportunity, especially as an indie author.
Right.
However, like I want some like this is my story. This is part of my life.
This is my
This
book. This is my soul. This is my trauma. You are
She is
not going to
me.
do what you want. You are
I
not
can
me.
say as a marketing person, I have never, and that's why I pay attention to like a lot of PR, I've never seen anything bad. Their mission statement is we put women at the center of every story. Hello Sunshine aims to broaden perspective and empower women by giving them authorship, inspiring agency, and creating a platform to help them shape culture and the world around them.
Now that statement makes me, as a young widow who is talking about this widow's fire, consider it. However, how spicy does she allow things to be?
She has, I'm like looking at her social media now. Most of her stuff is definitely like dramas. So Where the Crawdads Sing,
That was
Little
a good
Fires
book.
Everywhere, Tiny Beautiful Things. Let me click into this and I'll read you some more. Into the Blue. Is there any spicy ones? I'm looking.
It doesn't sound like it because
No, most of
it's gotta be
hers,
TV appropriate.
yeah, most of hers I definitely would say are like PG-13. I think Little Fires Everywhere had some nudity. The Nightingale is on there, and that's about to be a big thing. Like, she's got a big list, dude. And like all of them are women. That is a huge thing. And most of them are in the romance or drama world.
Huh,
Mhm. How
And
would
interesting.
so,
you
hmm?
Does she find them or do you sign up? Like what would like
Agents, it's a publishing company. So agents will,
You would query with them, and
or
then somebody would read your
your
submission
manuscript and
and
tell you yes or no.
yeah.
Like I said, I didn't go super deep into it because I didn't expect so many questions. I love them. I was just using it as a stepping stone to get where we're going.
Okay,
And
well then let's get where we're going.
there's other publishing companies that do the exact same thing, and like author or celebrity book clubs that also like pick a book and then push it. And that has been a really big thing moving forward. So then we hit the streaming era, and this is the era we are currently living in, and it is massive.
Let me just say the difference in my patience level versus my children's patience level for the ads. Like we just got a Tubi subscription, which is apparently free, which is great because it's got all of our cartoons and whatnot, but it's got ads, and that's how they do it for free. It's got ads on it. So it'll be in the middle of the show, and then an ad will come up, and my oldest will go, and I'm like, it's 30 seconds.
I would
How
race
long
across
were
the
our
house with
commercial
that.
breaks?
we had like
30 seconds.
anywhere from like 2 to like 4 minutes sometimes, I swear, but that
Yeah.
was like, okay, I got to go to the bathroom, I got to get a snack. I'm like
Yeah.
rushing in that time so I don't miss.
Yeah.
I mean, but then there was DVR, but I didn't want to miss the next episode of Vampire Diaries. Okay?
Same.
Yeah. Okay. That was my sorry.
Team Damon.
Okay, so examples of streaming era, I think most people know, like Bridgerton, Outlander, The Summer That I Turned Pretty, Life with the Walters Boys, Percy Jackson getting remade again, We Were Liars, Red, White, Royal Blue, Heated Rivalry, Off Campus, etc. And how big streaming platforms are now taking books that are bestsellers or that they think will do well and turning them into TV adaptations. And that's just kind of like the world we're in right now. If
And I think
you
it's
got
just because Hollywood's out of original ideas, if I'm being totally honest.
They
Well, I
keep
think a
because
lot of
they
it has to do with of it all because after 2019, after COVID, the book talk boom, the bookstagram boom, you get more streaming. And I know some of these came out before then, but there's been more and more and more consecutively since 2019.
I
Yes.
literally think I'm gonna piggyback off of M. They are because we're also so tired of them remaking the same story over and over and over and over again, especially like when it comes to like some of like the Disney stuff. Not all the Disney stuff, but they just keep remaking the story. And we don't need a prequel for every single
No,
movie.
we don't.
We don't. But to get these concepts, for example, off campus, consent when a woman is dancing with someone and she says no and he backs off, and like communication between two masculine men,
Not only
and they're
that,
comfortable
but
with
a
themselves.
display of appropriate masculinity.
Yes.
I just watched a video of another creator that was like seeing this, like, and I can't remember exactly what they said. I don't even remember the creator's username. So, like, sorry. But they were like, this show, I think it was, what's the really hot one right now? Is it Heated Rivalry?
It's off campus. Heated rivalry is there, but off campus is very much the, like, especially with the
talking about
consent, the
Amen?
men.
Maybe, I don't know. But either way, it's the men portraying that you can be a man without being a toxic dickhead about
That's,
it.
I feel like a lot of that is off campus.
And that very well may be it. I don't know. I haven't watched any of it
Girl.
because I prefer to read the books.
Which
I will get there
I
eventually.
totally get. I totally get. And I binge watched this in a night. But one thing there was a point, and when you actually watch this, there's a point in there where she is supposed to show up for him and she doesn't because she's battling her own demons. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And when she finally gets there and he's been like all in his head, on his head, everyone, I swear, who's had trauma's initial reaction is he's going to yell at her. But he doesn't. And you're like, what is going on in the world to where we're expecting the man to yell at her even though we know what she's going through? And it's healing, and that gives me hope that because they're picking those things up and seeing the response for the next generation who's watching this, especially the next generation of young men and boys, to be like, hey, this is okay, and being okay to cry.
Yeah.
Okay, and just being able to be a person.
Ever since I found out I was having a boy, when I found out I was pregnant with twins, and then we found out we were having boy-girl twins, I was like, I'm going to raise my son to be a book husband, a book boyfriend. He's going to know things he doesn't want his mother to know that he knows about, if that makes sense. But he's also going to know how to do his laundry. He's going to know how to cook, and he's going to know how to cook more than spaghetti and chicken. He's going to know how to clean. He's going to know how to fold the laundry and clean the floors and do all the things that is typically a female's job in the house. Like, it's typical feminine responsibility. I'm going to make sure my boy knows how to do, because as much as I love my husband, he doesn't always recognize. I don't know if it's he doesn't recognize it because his mom did it all in their house, or if it's just like our generation that's phasing out that trauma. But because, like, I'm not going to say he doesn't do it, because he absolutely does.
Mhm. I get where you're going with that one. And my son started learning how to do the dishes when he was 6, and he can do a load now in, 10, 15 minutes. And my boys also know the word consent because I started at where their level is, and it's very much, did your brother consent to touch you? Did he say that was okay, or push you, or shove you, or this and that? That word is going to be in their head and knowing exactly what it means and what it's, no, if no, or look at their body language. Being able to read the body language cues basically, and realizing that, maybe that is an actual no, even though they're not saying no.
Yeah.
And
That is
that's
actually
just,
something I'm working on with my oldest, even though she's a girl. She's aggressive. And that is all on me. I am also an aggressive person. But I am working with her is like, no is a full sentence. No is full stop, 2 letters, 1 period, done. If you say no, then everything stops. If I tell you no, then that is the answer, and you are not going to cry, whine, bitch, moan, or complain about it.
Amen.
And I have straight up said that to a 5-year-old. So, Mom of
No,
the Year award.
it's fine. No, I get that. But
Back to the books. So, Off Campus, for example, was written back in 2015 and then was picked back up for Amazon to be published along with like other sports romances, right? And things like that. But also a lot of like adaptations that you see are like cozy, feel good, borderline Hallmark, such as The Summer I Turned Pretty as an adaptation. And what that looks like, but also how book adaptations and TV, when it happens, it pushes the books back out as like a second wave, almost. Is that like your guys' books, Dream Big, got picked up for a show? How would you guys feel?
I think so. I'm good.
I would be down.
Okay.
But
I've seen
what
Hollywood screw up too many adaptations for me to jump at that.
I understand that aspect. I would be down under certain circumstances that I still get to be involved as much as I can be. But for the basic fact and understanding, if I want to get the meaning out that Widow's Fire and going through what Widow's Fire actually is okay. And making people feel
Yeah.
seen and having people understand that this is what a lot of people go through and not to judge other
I
people.
think
So
your book would do really well as a movie.
I would love to see that.
I
That'd be
think it
great.
would be
really
good for
do.
Netflix. Like that, it gives me
Yes.
Netflix vibes.
Like, I'm not just saying that because I love the book and I love you. Like, I genuinely feel like Widow's Fire would do good as.
Well, I love that and I appreciate that.
But
And
that's
if
just
that
me.
ever happens, I will ask for you guys to be extras. So cheers.
Hey, I'm Danny.
Yeah, I know you're Danny.
I'm
But-
Danny, bitch.
I'm pretty sure she's got like the hair color is completely different.
3 lines. No, she has
The
more
hair
than
color
that.
is- No, she has more than that. Well, plus
She can wear a
does the-
wig.
I mean,
So while we're talking about the streaming era, this is a great time for us to go on a scale like 1 to 10. How excited are we for the fourth wing?
Oh my God, there is no scale. I am so excited for Not a Book 4 to come out. I am so excited.
Did you see the Morning Star?
Yes. I'm not ready.
Can I bring up, I wish I had this creator and I'm pretty sure, I laughed and it was one of our friends put it in one of our chats where Rebecca Yarros just mommed us in a restaurant. Did you guys watch
Yes.
that video?
Yes.
Where it's like,
Not book 4 is like the cup of fruit.
is the cup of fruit. It is the cup of fruit. It's the tablet. It's your
Yes.
meal's not here yet, but I know you're going to be bugging me until it's here. So take this and shut the fuck up.
It's the
Respectfully.
breadsticks, it's the rolls, it's the
Texas
pre-dinner
roll house
salad.
rolls with the
Yes.
cinnamon butter. That is what she's doing to us, and that's fine. Thank you, mommy. But
You can't call somebody who used to be Mormon mommy.
Clip.
thank you, mother.
That's better.
Respectfully, don't kill Riddick. That's all I gotta say.
No, the more you talk about it, her husband has even said, like, the more she goes, my husband loves Riddick. So every time he sees these comments, he tells me he wants to go back and comment back saying, don't keep saying it because then she's gonna do it. And I like Riddick, so stop saying it.
Okay, well,
Who's your fan cast?
My fan cast? Oh, what's the pretty boy's name? I don't know actors. I don't
there
watch
was a new
TV.
pretty boy that I'm seeing a lot, and I'm saying hell yes. People keep wondering if he's AI because he's a model, but what is his name?
I don't know any of these actors' names, but there is one that I saw an interview with him on a morning talk show. It was on TikTok. It was a clip, and I think he was in Australia or New Zealand. But that is my pick. I don't know his name, but he is my pick.
I don't
Now
know
we're
the
all going to
names.
look
I
it
don't
up.
names. I know that they're talking about maybe Mackenzie Foy, which I can see it, but part of me still has trouble with the fact that she was Renesmee. But I think I could get over it, I guess.
That's who that is. Holy shit. I forgot.
Yeah, Mackenzie Foy, she played Renesmee. Oh, did I just shatter glass for you? Have you guys seen that episode of
I think so.
How I
Yes.
Met Your Mother?
Yes,
I
you
just,
shattered glass.
sorry about that.
No,
Did
you're
anybody
not.
watch The 100?
No.
No, I don't
Oh,
care
gosh.
about them.
The actor who, oh gosh, I can't even like properly put to words. Anyhow, there was an actor on there, the main lead. I wish he was younger because he would have been fantastic. But no, Dove Cam or not Dove Cameron, Halsey's husband. That is who I'm fan casting.
Halsey's
He's beautiful.
husband.
Halsey's husband.
Is this his name? Will Josh Houston?
No, I don't want him. He was in Off Campus, and the head proportion to his body was throwing me off so much. Okay, sorry. Like,
But he's so pretty.
he's
They're
so
all-
pretty to look at. He's pretty. Don't get me wrong. And he did a good job in Off Campus. But he could do a Bodhi. He could do Bodhi.
Who I want?
Oh, he's pretty. Okay.
I could see him as a
could see
Bodhi.
it. Okay, yeah. So he's Bodhi, but like he'd need to bulk up a little bit more because again, if you just there's a head proportion with the shoulders, and I don't know if it was the TV I was watching, but it was throwing me off and I couldn't concentrate.
I don't know if he's the one I'm thinking of or if it's somebody else.
Sorry, I did not prepare you for that question.
No,
No,
you
see-
didn't, because now I'm going down a rabbit hole. Like on Google
I know they say
Image
I know a
trying to
lot of
look for the
people were
guy.
doing Emilio something, and he's okay. I'd have to see the acting. He's okay. I think that whoever the guy that I think Rebecca Yarros has said this, but whoever the guy in her mind who she thinks should voice Taryn should voice Taryn. I forgot what his name is. As for
Oh, I like this Emilio. Is this him?
Emilio, yeah, Emilio is somebody who is like in the world basically.
So
of
did you
IT.
guys see? I've seen a bunch of videos going around about the Fourth Wing adaptation. Rebecca has her Instagram profile picture in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And all
heard
of
a
the
bunch of other
potential casting of the Fourth Wing adaptation also have theirs in black and white.
I'm
Also,
pretty sure Mommy is just
I'm
messing with our head.
convinced. What?
Mommy is just messing with our head.
100%.
No, she does like
I'm
Easter eggs,
convinced
but
that
she's
we are
probably
going to
sending us
get.
down.
Yeah, I think July. Oh my God, tomorrow, July 15th, we are going to get some news. We're going to get something because that's conscription day.
She's going to give us some more. She's going to give us a refill on our breadsticks. Is what she's going to
Yeah,
do.
she's refilling our bread basket.
Are we at Olive Garden?
Maybe.
I mean, can I get unlimited breadsticks, please?
Can I get a salad with pepperoni?
But then I don't want unlimited because then I'll be full for the meal.
I'll fill you.
I'll fill you up.
You're like, hold on, let me open my drawer.
Are we ready to move on now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now that
sure.
Jordan's full of breadsticks.
And chocolate milk.
Oh God. Okay, so with all of the adaptations and the build up for everything with blockbusters taking over books, how do you think that now influences book talk or bookstagram and what is being published? Or do you think it doesn't?
No,
think
I
the
100% think
trends-
it does.
Yeah. Especially all the different trends because they're watching what people are wanting and it's influencing them to pick the next book, to pick the next trend. And because again, a heated rivalry, hockey, and then we got off campus hockey. Okay. So there, but I feel like what's going to happen with off campus is they're going to see how much we've responded to the consent in these healthy men. Even though they have trauma, they're still navigating it the best that they can in a healthy way and not projecting it. When they see that, we're going to see more of that come into play from books that they
So-
find.
Do you think that with the consent aspect, we're going to get an increase in spicy romance adaptations.
Yes. We've seen
Yes.
an influx of that. Like Bridgerton even. Like the carriage
I mean-
scene with
I
Colin
mean,
and
like-
his fingers.
I mean, like,
And
my spicy, like the BDSM themes and the kinky themes and
With
Yeah.
Lights Out being picked up, I think that is going to change the game. I think that is our
Yes.
first dark romance dive in that we're going to get. I would not be surprised if we get Butcher and Blackbird picked up.
we are getting Butcher and Blackbird.
Are we? Okay, so
Yeah.
you've got Butcher and Blackbird, right? And then you have that. What's another like really book top popular dark romance spicy one?
Haunting Adeline will never get picked up. It is too dark.
I don't know. HBO is hopping on this game.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, but they need to do it in a way that is respectful to the community, or they're going to lose a lot.
Yes. They have to be very, very careful with how they portray all of this. In addition, because it's dark romance, you have the triggers that they have to be careful of, and they have to basically
trigger.
tiptoe and walk on eggshells around and through, because there are some things that you just can't show. Like, for example, spoiler alert, if you have not read Haunting Adeline, here's your chance to fast forward. If it's Haunting Adeline that HBO picks up, you are not going to be able to portray what happens in the first 15 chapters in book 2 because of how dark and graphic it is. Like, it's not going to be shown.
Is it more graphic than Game of Thrones, the scene with Sansa in Winterfell when she gets married?
Yes.
I still haven't ventured down the dark romance, so I haven't read that yet.
Okay. But
okay.
yeah, no, it's some dark shit. And there are just some things that you're just not going to be able to show. And because of that, I think it's going to limit even the spicier scenes, because in those spicy scenes, as a spicy author, you get a deeper emotional connection between two willing and consenting partners. Like in my book, she's processing her grief and trauma and her own negative self-thought through their dynamic. If my book were to get picked up for a movie, I don't know. It makes me cringe to think about, because I don't want it to be picked up. It is a book. I'm happy with it as a book. I don't need to see it on the big screen. But
I think your mirror
would-
scene as a scene on visual would be beautiful.
it would.
But I understand that, because you're taking like parts of you and like broadcasting it to the world, and it's very vulnerable and very exposing. And
Yeah.
I'm over here like taking my husband's urn and going like, I got a jar of dirt, so.
Where is Brett? I have not seen him.
Yes. Is he still on the floor?
Sorry.
Damn it, Jay.
He dressed up too.
Good job, Brett. I'm proud
You're
of you,
missing
dude.
sunglasses.
Oh, I don't have sunglasses. Here, you can have a drink.
You can have a drink.
Is it chocolate milk?
No, it's water.
Brett wants some chocolate milk, he told me.
He's a little dehydrated. Yeah. Anyways, movie adaptation.
For those of you who don't know, Brett is her late husband, and his ashes are in an urn.
I was literally telling Shay that, do you know how they have that goose that you dress up?
What?
You know how there's a goose, you dress it up for like the holidays and stuff, like a porch
Brett
goose?
is a porch goose.
And so what I was thinking is, we could get him some outfits. Okay, hear me out. Well, we got Halloween coming up. We can dress him up for Halloween.
What's he gonna be, a ghost?
I could put a sheet over him and draw the circles for the eyes. Bam, done.
She's fucking crying.
That's what you get for my black cat ashes comment.
I already knew that Brett was dressed up. I still think he should be a skeleton because he has no bones.
They're there. They're just crushed up.
Wait, his teeth don't burn.
Teeth don't burn.
No, I
they
think in the
don't.
cremation process, they do like this little like and like the big chunks they
They
might
get a
toss out.
sieve and they shake
Yeah.
it out so that all the teeth are out of there. Yes, his teeth are in there, motherfucker.
Anyways, read Widow's Fire. It's fantastic. He died for it.
I don't know where we go from here.
To the grave. I don't know. I asked for the brand one. Anyway,
I don't know.
Trip on that.
Book adaptation.
Oh. Okay. Do you think that the readers are influencing trends? Like,
Yes.
Yes, because it's like we have a say in it,
Yes.
in a sense.
do you think Bookstagram and Book Talk influenced that?
Yes, I do. Because I think the big influencers that are out there reading these Rena Kent books and the Novessa Allen and the Bryn Weaver and SJM. I mean, SJM and Rebecca Yarros are going to be popular regardless because it's them. I just feel like they're independently popular. Does that make sense? But like without all of these big influencers reading these books, I wouldn't have known about half of them. Like Rena Kent or Runix, I wouldn't have known about them without some of Bookstagram. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I keep seeing these. Let me go check this out on KU. And then I go down the rabbit hole, and now I own all of them. But
Rena
yes,
Kent, you slept on. She's amazing.
I love Runix. I don't think Rena Kent is as slept on as you think she is, at least in my opinion, because I see her everywhere. Runix is who I think is slept on a lot. She does the Darkverse series. So it's the Predator, the Finisher, the Annihilator, the Syndicator. It's like a 6-book series. They are so good. So good. Anyway, sorry.
Honestly, I wouldn't have published a book if I didn't go down the TikTok rabbit hole. It was, during COVID, I was not going to go on TikTok. I'm like, this is stupid, whatever, da da da. And then it was COVID and I was stuck at the house with children. And so I went down it. Book Talk started floating in with ACOTAR and Fourth Wing. And then I just pushed it off. And then I dove into it. And then once I read those 2 series, I'm like, whoa. So I'm like, that would be so fun to write a book. And that's literally how I got to where I'm at now because of the social media.
So my intro to romance was Jennifer Four and her Mitchell Family series. It was also during COVID. I was looking for something to do that wasn't my husband. And
I'll do him.
hold on, because this is how I ended up pregnant. So
Fixed,
Jennifer
it's fine.
Four is a small town. I love you.
Jordan, go
so
drink some milk.
I'm thirsty. I told you I'm thirsty.
Jennifer Four is a small town romance author. So she was my intro into the romance genre to begin with. It's not quite fade to black, but I would say it's like a cracked door romance. Like it's on page, but it's not explicit. But I went from Jennifer Four to B.B. Hamill's early works, which were like Possessive Alpha Holes and Call Me Daddies and things like that. And I was like, well, I like this more. And then we just went down the rabbit hole and we went to like Willow Winters and Emily Goodwin, which started my fantasy spiral. It was a wild ride. But all of that to say, 2020 started my romance journey. And then in 23 is when I wrote Bound to You. So like, I would say Bookstagram and Book Talk have a huge influence, not just in the reader sphere, but in the author sphere.
Mm-hmm.
And I
the
know a
VA
lot of
sphere.
different, the indie authors, like I said, again, COVID, right? You guys talking about TikTok, that boom, that 2019, we are so just cut off from everybody. 2019, COVID, all of that shut it down, right? And so big boom of trying to create connection. Like, how else are you going to sell your books, especially as an indie author? And I know that is like a big influence on it. And I have a different perspective because my BA is in creative writing. So I studied publishing and what the publishing industries look like, what they're looking for, etc. And how publishers like hybrid and big ones and then indie use these trends. And something we do talk about is writing your book to market, which I know is a hot topic because some people are like, write what you love, but realistically, like, we got to make money, right? Everybody's got to make money. And so like, it's even if you're like just dabbling things in there. So like graphics, like with your tropes being like right now, the whole thing is having cutesy little swirly arrows that almost look like chalk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even if
I
your
did that
book,
with Bound to You.
even if your book is not like a niche marketable genre, marketing it in a way that follows trends. And big publishers, if you look at the way that they're releasing things, it's the same way. Nevessa Allen did the same thing. You know, sprayed edges
Yes.
is
I love a good sprayed edge.
huge right now. Rebecca Yaros in her Instagram post is fantastic with the matching sprayed edges because people complain when they don't.
Not only that, but hers, if you hold them up, if I felt like going to get them, but if you hold them up top to bottom, going down a line, they follow the
They
pattern.
fade into each other.
Yes, they fade
And
into
like
each one.
her books even
And
Which
so
is another-
during
Yeah, even the covers, yeah.
So during like COVID and everything, big publishers were trying to come up with different ways to still help push the books. And that's when you see like Barnes and Noble, their Instagram and everything really pop off, right? And they're doing recs, they're doing funnies. It's when they bring in the book talk tables. I was working at a store where we sold books and I had to build like book talk little sections. And so big publishing companies really followed the social media and followed what people were looking for. And it's just continued to be influenced in that way. And I think it's something that's going to continue for a really long time until
I do
all the
too.
social media die down. If
Which
that
I
ever
don't
happens,
think will
it's just
ever
going to
happen.
evolve.
Yeah.
Even Threads now has a massive author thing. And Threads is a very new social media and it's borderline, like to me, it reminds me of old school Twitter.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
But it's a metaverse version, you know, but all of that is to say, like, even me writing my book, the book made itself really. It turned into its own thing. But
Welcome to authorhood.
I plotted, okay, but I only plotted like 10 chapters at a time.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not mad about it. I did okay. But I followed, so one of my like influences and things that I thought about was I really liked how Nevessa Allen used the text message threads and the social media of it all, especially as a marketer. Like, obviously, I'm going to find it interesting. And so my characters meet in a chat room. On like essentially a TikTok. I don't say TikTok and I don't have a creative name for it yet, but anyhow, I'll figure it out. But they meet in a chat like that. And then it goes into DMs and it's that's a trend because it's relatable to people now.
Mhm.
You know,
So
a lot
many
of us
people form relationships with each other miles away.
like
I
us.
I just read a section of Broken Demon today, actually, that the FMC is convincing the MMC to read something that's not military campaigns, political intrigue, that sort of thing. And he's like, why should I? And she goes, because you can learn a lot about a culture reading their fantasy and their romance, because reality is sprinkled in those books. It's just the ending is changed because they want it to make a better world. So they did in this. So you can learn a lot about a culture and what their likes and dislikes are and what's going on. And it's just a different perspective.
And that's something that will, I think, forever be marketable. Like your first book that you've ever picked up that you drowned in is because you got to escape to a different world and escape to a different reality. And even fantasy books now, like I think Crescent City does a really good job of like hitting modern things like the music,
The cell phones and
in
the
the cell
music
phones. And I know there's a lot of Crescent City haters, and I'm sorry, but I love it. But
I
she
love
still
Crescent City. It's slow, but I like it.
Yeah, she still hits on things that are relatable now. And I think that even as like indie authors, even though yes, we want to write what we love, we still have to think about marketing trends when it comes to actually being successful, unless you're just like, you can just do it for funsies, and I'm not judging anybody.
Yeah.
But like from a marketing girly, even like working with both of you, I'm very much like, how can you market your books to sell, and what can we do to make that happen?
He has better video views than when I just put some line in my book.
I can't wait to use Brett for marketing clips for the podcast. That is shadow banned.
I don't know how to get us out of the Shadowlands. I posted like 5 times yesterday.
You even tried Rebecca Yaros to save us, and it didn't work.
I did. It didn't do anything. I think it got like 15 views.
Yeah, I don't know. It just hates us, but it'll pop off. It's gonna be okay. What do you guys think? We'll kind of start closing down. What do you guys think the next genre boom is going to be? So, like, I'm gonna list off a bunch just for examples for people who aren't as immersed as us. So, like, cowboy romances are really big right now. Small town romances, think Hallmark. Hockey romances and other sports romances, but hockey is really what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, hockey's huge.
Hockey is huge. Romantasy, I think, is its own genre, but also it's a big thing. Cozy fantasy is huge. I don't remember what it's called, but the pumpkins and lattes, something like that. Pumpkin spice and lattes.
Yes.
So
That
like,
is very Hallmark coded as well.
yeah. So those are some of like the bigger current genre
I
booms. What do you
think-
guys think the next one is?
I think cozy will be the next one to really pop off. And then I think sports romance has had its time in the limelight. I think it'll start dying off in the next 3 years. Not to say it'll go away, but I think it's had its time in the limelight. And hockey romance will be done. I don't know about sports in general, romance-wise. I love a good baseball romance, but I also really like baseball, so there's that. But I think cowboy will be my pick for the next pop off. Cowboy, like, give me a cozy cowboy.
Brad, that cowboy girl.
Eat that shit up.
What about you, Jay?
I think I don't know what genre you'd call this. I think they're going to be leaning into a lot of the more spicier aspects of things because they've I feel like they've tiptoed here and there. Something with spicy romance, but everyone being more comfortable. Like, for example, showing specific nudity on screen.
I saw a clip of off campus where there was mutual masturbation.
Yes, and let me tell you,
And they
that
showed
was
that on
so
screen, and I
hot.
was like, what the fuck?
Well, and you get to see penises, and not just penises, uncut penises, which I think don't get enough limelight at this point. But because when you see these romances and when you see the nudity and stuff, it's like always so centered on like women and breasts and ass. It's like, give me a dick, give
Yeah.
me some cock. Like,
I agree.
Like, let's be equal with this too.
One of my husband was watching a show. I don't remember which show it was. But do you guys remember the Scooby-Doo live action? The Velma actress? It had her in it. I don't remember what the show was called, but it had her in it. But it was a married couple and they brought in a third kind of thing. There was a scene where it was 2 dudes together, like getting their dicks out and whatnot. I don't think they were fucking or anything like that. But he's like, what the fuck is this? And he's fast forwarding. I'm like, I would rather watch that than anything else.
Like, yeah, like, see, that's whatever. I don't know.
I think as a marketer, and this is going to be a wild take. So, like with clothing, we see trends kind of recycle, right?
Like right now, the 90s are really popular.
I think we're about to get a dystopian boom.
You think?
So, we are getting a new book for Divergent that's essentially a fanfic. She's making a fanfic of her own book, which is hilarious to me.
It's funny.
And then, and then the Hunger Games movie for the Songbirds and Snakes. I might have butchered the title, but I think we are going to get a dystopian boom. I think it's going to come back because we had, like, think about it, early 2000s, we had so many dystopians.
We did.
And we're getting a bunch more on screen. I have a sneaking suspicion, at least in the YA genre, that is where we're going to go. Maybe not in every genre, but in YA. I think in the romance world, I kind of agree with you. I almost don't want to say just cowboy. I think we're gonna get like historical romances.
Ooh, no, I like that. I like that idea.
I
Historical romances.
so
Think of it, like you're seeing it
I
on
like
Broadway.
yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I'm as a history major. I fucking love history. However, however, I'm not a huge fan of period romances because, and this probably makes me sound like a hoe, it's usually, not always, usually closed door or fade to black.
I think it's gonna be more like the remakes. I think we're gonna get
Okay, but
historical romance like remakes, like you did for like the Persephone Hades, Gods of Chaos, that
Eh,
whole series. I think it's gonna be more like that, like even like Hades Town and Epic the Musical, those two for Broadway specifically. It's taking a more modern take. So I'm saying historical romance, but I think that's gonna be like the foundation, but a modern retelling.
okay. With that, because when you're like talking about like the Hades and what's her name? What's her name? Abigail Owens, right? The games Gods Play that was I don't
oh,
know
that's
where
on
it's
my
at now.
list.
It's good. It's good. But that was being considered the last time I saw that, but that was I don't know where it's at now. But bringing some of the elements that we've had within our fantasy, but within mythology,
I would
basically.
love that.
And I wouldn't say that it'd be closed door because Outlander is not
Outlander's
closed door.
huge.
Yeah, and like I said, I said typically, not always, but typically it's closed door or fade to black romances. And like I said, it probably makes me sound like hoe, but I like it on page. Give it to me.
I think it's becoming more and more common for us to see in books and in television. That
Yeah,
is more
I
of an
think
open door thing. But I think specifically, like if I'm talking just genre boom for books, I think it's going to be dystopian YA and it's going to be historical retellings in a romance setting
Okay.
that's more modern. I think
I can see
that's
that.
where we're going to be going. I think that's going to be
What
the
I
push.
what I want to see with Butcher and Blackbird and Lights Out being picked up for TV adaptation, I would love to see a boom of dark romance adaptations. But I want to see that with author input, the way Bryn is with Butcher and Blackbird. I think Nevessa's taking the same route in how involved she is. But
So is Rebecca.
yeah, I want my authors to be like up the director's asshole in the making of these
make
adaptations.
sure it's a flared base though.
Yes, make sure it's a flared base.
Jordan.
But yes,
Yeah.
I want to see more author involvement in a dark romance adaptation. I would love to see that come into TV. I would actually watch TV then.
I'm hoping that like all of this, that's the big thing. I think that the books are really influencing like production, and I think production is influencing books, and we're starting to see a cycle of the two combining. I would love for whoever's listening and or watching to leave comments and tell us what you think.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching us on YouTube or whatever it is you're watching our podcast. Make sure you drop some comments for us so that we can see what you want to hear from us. Tell us what you think of today's episode, and we will see you guys next time.
Don't forget to drink your chocolate milk.
Next time on Twisted Plotlines, pick your preferred travel method. Whether that be a trip through a magical wardrobe, a flying car, or a stroll down a mystical road. Join us for an episode full of adventures with dragons, knights, and fairies. It's your fantasy, baby. We're just living in it.